to become better informed and collaborate and brainstorm about the path forward. Generation Next, like I said, from the inception, we are a youth movement platform. And every fortnight Saturday, we're here. I am your presenter, as always, Sarah Short. My guest today is a young Gambian entrepreneur who is into tailoring and food processing. She did her primary education at Latikunda Savage Primary School and then to Charles Jau Memorial Academy for her junior and senior secondary school, and attended numerous training programs on entrepreneur. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Miss Mam Fatou Sanneh. I went way fast today. For some reason, Gambia is playing against Senegal, and here I am getting all excited because I would love to watch the game. However, we cannot uphold this program because it's important that we are consistent always, because that's what we preach. So Miss Fatou or Mam Jatou Sanneh, it's a pleasure to have you on this platform.
Thank you so much, Sira. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, everyone.
It is indeed a great and a pleasure for me to be here with my favorite host. Good afternoon, Sira.
Thank you so much. I haven't heard you say that has boosted me right now. Thank you. Thank you so much that I am your favorite host. I'm happy, of course, to be hosting you on this platform. We've been following your development. Mohammed constantly, of course, you know, has been, when you are forwarded, he forwarded your profile that I was to have you, straight away I went on Facebook, and I've been following your development. I must say you're doing remarkably well, and I encourage you to keep up the good work. We are happy, we are proud of you.
Thanks for those words of motivation. Thank you.
You're welcome, darling. Okay, so the program, like I said from the inception, it's going to be a discussion. We will be having a discussion, and it's important. I always say that when anybody is doing great, when we have any young person who is doing great, that it does not start from that current moment. It's usually a journey. It takes a path for anybody to be where they are. So it's important that we try to understand that journey. So in a short note, we would love for you to take us through who you are, who Mam Jatou Sanneh is, that is having to do with your childhood. If you remember, have any memories of your childhood, it will be fantastic for you to share, just so it keeps the program fun and we get to understand you better.
Okay. Afternoon once again, Sira. I am Mam Jatou. I was born and raised at Latikunda Savage, where I did my schooling and stay with both parents. I am that lady that keep pushing or keep doing things that people will look to me like by others to. So that is the type of lady I am. I was a stubborn student though, and I was not a fast learner though. I was an average learner during my school days.
Okay. Okay, so did you mention something like you were stubborn? Is that what I heard? Well, it's important because if you were stubborn, like in your childhood, and now it has gotten you thus far, of course, being bold enough to come up with your own business is something, it's not what many would definitely endure to do. So if being stubborn has made you come up with your business, I think that it's what being applauded for. So I applaud you for that. So you attended Latikunda Savage. How was it for you? How was it for you? Of course, being stubborn, but also oftentimes it is mentioned that when you get yourself involved with extracurricular activities, it has some sort of impact towards who you later turn out to be in life? How was it for you while you were in Latrikunda Savage School?
It was fun, bro, because I have so many teachers helping me during that time because I was very stubborn and small. So people, so many teachers would love to help me and motivate me in all aspects. So I was doing good. Yeah, at that moment I was doing good really. So many people will love to help me, and I was going. I also love acting during that time, and like poetry, during the primary school. You just do it that way. Yeah. So that is what keep me motivating. Yeah. And also keep me bold to do my things for myself. Yeah.
Fantastic. That's really beautiful to know. And how was it in terms of support from your parents? Because coming up in a society, especially, well, the narrative is changing, but oftentimes we find ourselves in a society where we may not be lucky to have both parents support our education. How was it for you in terms of your education? Were your parents really supportive, both your parents in supporting your education?
Especially my mother. Yeah, she was really supportive during my school days. Yeah. She always put that effort to make sure that I will be there. Like anything I need, I will have it. But I was also lucky during that time to have scholarship. So many didn't need to pay much during my school time. Just some things that they have to do for me. Yeah, I was also happy at that time. And some of my teachers too will help me. Like whenever I want to buy some books or some things, they say, no, 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 don't worry, we'll take care of that. So that is how I go in until I graduate from my senior school.
Okay, fantastic. It's beautiful. It's important that you mentioned the support bit because sometimes you're constrained in one way or the other. But of course, when you have someone who believes in you, I'm guessing your teachers believed in you, hence why they supported you. Okay, so now, I remember when I was in high school, I would anticipate that this is what I want to be. Of course, I then would say, I would love to be accountant when I graduated, right? And I'm sure many people or many young people who are currently going to school at this point would definitely be thinking of, this is what I would want to be when I graduated. How was it for you when you're going to school? What were some of the things that were coming in your head that you wanted to be when you graduated?
I love that question so much. Then I wanted to study journalism.
Okay.
When I was at junior school, is where I tell myself I wanted to be a journalist. Like, especially if I see people reading news, I say, oh, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to be. Well, in life, sometimes man proposes and God disposes. When I graduated, I started the course, but it did not come through. Because then during school days, I told you I had a lot of acting and presentations and all that. So that is what motivated me to go in for that course. But at the end of the day, it does not come through. This is why I left for the business. Yes.
Okay, beautiful. So who in particular motivated you to be a journalist? Who was it that you looked up to, or was it something that was natural that just came to you that you wanted to be a journalist when you graduated?
Natural, but Jane Bosonko to contributed here.
Okay. Yeah. What was so unique that made you that made her contribute to you being a journalist? And of course, which year did you graduate? 2019. So what was it about her that made you wanted to do journalism? Because I hope that, of course, I hope it's most people would tell you, yeah, perhaps it's someone, she's famous, or she looks beautiful on TV, or she speaks so eloquent. Others may say that, but in particular, what is it that you would say? What was one unique thing, right? In terms of course, her intelligence, or it, tell me, we want to hear.
Jennifer is bold and confident.
Okay.
That is what I love most about her. She so then when we go for the peer health programs during our junior school days or senior school, we do enjoy, especially myself, I enjoy the way well, she's bold and confident. Yeah, that is what I love about her most.
Okay, because she was bold. Oh, she is bold. So why is it that it didn't work for you? Was it, tell us, because I'm sure you are smart enough, and I believe you are bold as well. But what was the one thing that made the journalism not work?
Okay. At first I started and it was going smooth.
Okay.
But then I had someone that was paid for me, but at the end of the day,
okay,
he passed away.
Oh.
So after go in with the course because it was expensive. Understand. So meanwhile, I was scholarship, talking to people that can help me continue the course. Tell you after I was pissed off and added tax for I'm planning to go back to school next year.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that part. So now the journalism did not work. So what was the next thing that came to your head immediately after that? Of course, we understand because you are financial constrained. It means then you graduated in 2019. This was high school. So you didn't get the opportunity to go through tertiary education, correct? Okay. So immediately after that, what happened?
I decided to start up a business to make sure that I will not be idle or be roaming around. Just want to keep myself busy. Nice. So keep myself.
Okay, that's really a great idea. The fact that you started a business, but it wasn't something that just popped. How did the business comes about? What were some of the things you had to do? How did the idea comes? Let's get all those information. It's important.
Okay, thank you again. But really, because especially for the food processing, the reason why I'm an asthmatic patient, so I don't drink just drink. So I said it could be there are many people out there that will love these local drinks, hence they don't go in for these gassy drinks. So I decided to prepare juice, selling around my end. Like kids will come home buy ice from me, or elders will come and buy this juice from me. So this is where it was started. I started selling bit by bit. So it was during this Ramadan. I don't know whether it was 2020. So I started putting my products on Facebook. Yes, going with it, posting, doing my posts, and people will comment, especially when they have programs or this their events, they will call me and say, we want you to prepare this thing for us. So that really.
So you started by making juice here and there, and having, of course, people that had a taste or a sip of the drink, then realized it's really nice, and of course the recommendations were given. But where were you getting the finance? Of course, you graduated. You were not working at that point. So who was supporting you financial wise?
Okay, at the starting, it was my mother. Yeah, because she's also into catering. So she was the one that supported me to start the business. But then when I put money for myself, I do sell butter scratching. So keep that money for myself. And that is where I pack everything and started.
Okay. So now basically this has gone to show how important mothers are. You know, before when we are starting, I of course mentioned the International Women's Day, which was celebrated on the 8th of March. So thumbs up again to women. Your mother supported you. Your mother was there, supported your education. Of course, again, supported your business, which is fantastic. So thumbs up once again to women. Beautiful. Okay, so you started making drinks, making juice with the support of your mother. But I understand it has developed because going through your Facebook, I'm able to see some things that you are into as well. Take us through. How did the business for the juice develop into you coming up with other materials added to the business? How is it like? Take us through.
Okay, when I started making this juice, so people started liking it. So I'm a fan of granite too. I'm a fan of granite. So
Okay.
This granite. Then I did not sell it. I make it for my family to see the taste, and we still have to try. Yeah, not how they made it. If I saw it in some supermarkets, and this is not how it is. Yeah. So this is how I do it. And I keep trying until I get the type of granite I want to prepare for my customers. So at first I was putting it in those chocolate cups. Yeah, started supermarkets, talk to them about my products, and some of them will make orders. Yes, some of them will actually go and prepare your invoice and bring it. Then I don't know all that because it was I understand all that. They will tell me go and prepare your invoice, or which I don't understand. But as I go with it, alhamdulillah.
Fantastic. Of course, if you're watching now, you would see some of the pictures of the products that mom is engaged in. But mom, for the benefit of my audience, you may love to, or I would love for you to mention some of these things that we are having pictorially on the screen. Give us what the names of these things are and what they do for the benefit of our audience, please.
Okay, the one I have here is the cream juice, which I prepared like the ice cream, and that is it. Yeah, that one is the cream.
Okay, that's the one. Is it the wonjo? I saw something like wonjo, the baobab, and the ginger.
Yeah, it's that one. The wonjo, the baobab, and the ginger. But the one you have up there is the cream juice. Yeah,
is the cream juice. Okay, you do cream juice as well. Okay, then the next one that is I think what is this one? What is it says Aisha's Arrow? What is that? Can you hear me? Oh, chura jafte. Okay. And what's the other one you do also? What is looks like fruit salad. Fruit salad. Okay. And the next one?
It's the granite cake.
It's okay. Okay. That's the granite cake. And the next one, what is the next one? I think yeah. There's another one. I think it's cherry. I saw something like cherry.
This one is arrow.
This is the rui.
Wall of rui.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So take us through. You started by making juice, and the juice would have to be the wonjo, the baobab, and the ginger. Is that correct?
Dahab and bitter.
You started making that simply because things did not materialize. That is to say, when you graduated in 2019, then you choose to start up with making, of course, you started, you had the idea of coming up with your own business, and the business includes having to make wonjo. You observe the society and know what the society in which you belong to would want to have. Then that I would say, or I must, you can attest with me, that has to do with the wonjo juice, the ginger juice, and the dahab juice that you talk about. And it developed into you making the cherry, the arrow for the rui, the chura jate. Why in particular did you go in for these ones, apart from the juice that you were making? What made you come up to add the araw, the rui, of course, the araw rui, the chura jete, and the rest. Why?
For the araw, my father is a farm. That is what motivated me to start up that business.
Okay.
Yeah, my stuff around and channel stuff. So this is where I learned and said, why not I include it in my business? Because in this generation, we are young girls that want to go in for around stuffs and this rui. Most of them cannot do it. I can attest to that. So I said, why not I add this into my business to see if people like it? Oh, alhamdulillah, they are liking it. That's what I'm doing. You do it. I love it. You know, so which motivated me to go keep pushing. Yeah.
So take us through, how is the process done? Is it only you that normally would do this? Do you use your hands to do it? Or do you have some machineries that you're required to do all these things? Take us through.
I don't use any machine. I don't have any machine at home. Any machine at home. For the ginger juice, I use the mortar and the pestle to do it for myself. The churro too, I found it. The granite cake too, you know, I put ginger, so I found that one to put it in the granite cake. The Jatou is same thing. I don't have any machine at home. I use the manual way.
And you do it alone? Do you do it alone? You alone?
For the arrow, I do it with my sister. But for the local juice and the granite cake, alone.
So who are your target consumers? Once it's done, how do you get them to the market? Who are your target consumers?
Those in abroad for the arrow. For the local use here, it's my brothers and sisters in the Gambia, of course, my friends and family members. Those are for the juice, yeah. But the granite cake and the arrow, my target customers are those in abroad because they need it most. Yeah.
Fantastic. As you're talking about the arrow, and of course, it's been a while I've not eaten chura jete. I am succumb not to think about it right now. But of course, hence it's for the benefit of the young people, and our motive is to motivate, to direct young people's participation towards responsibilities. It's important that we have you tell us how the process has been done. Why are we also trying to find out this? Just so if we have any young person who may be interested in going in a similar pattern, at least they may have the idea, but of course with help would also use the same path that you've used to get here. So on a greater perspective, how would, or what would you advise any young person at this point who is challenged, probably it's not acquired the formal education and may think that life isn't going as well, or because they've not persevered with their education and they stop and not engage in anything? What would you advise any young person in this at this point? And what would you want to say for any young person who wants to venture into the business that you're doing currently?
Once again, like what I will first, your talent only, it's not enough. What to be dedicated. The passion, of course, is number one. You need to focus to and keep. It's very important. If you want to start up a business or anything you want to do, passion is number one. If you don't have passion, like people cannot support if they don't see you there or they don't see you pushing. You need to push, you need to be dedicated, you need to focus, yeah? So, and it's important to be in self-employment, to employ yourself. It's nice. Nobody will control the time that you're going to work. Nobody will tell you you will leave. Nobody will tell you the business is yours. And you can go through with it.
Fantastic. That's really beautiful advice. Thank you so much for sharing that. Do you have any plans of training any young person who wishes to follow your pattern? Any plans at all?
Yeah, I have plans, of course, of training. I've already seen five that are doing their business right now, so which I am proud of here. I start with them, teach them how to do it, and alhamdulillah, they're doing themselves out there. They're doing their business right now. That is the granite cake, the arrow, and the local juice. I have five of them that I trained already. They're doing their business.
Oh, fantastic. That's really brilliant. And I understand that in whatever one does, bounds of challenges would always come your way. Take us through, at this point, doing this business, is it operational at home, or do you have a place where after everything is done, that's where it's kept? Let's say, in other words, a boutique or a shop where your business is going on. If so, how do you transport? How do you get your stuffs to your consumers? How is it done?
I am working on my own, like TikTok, yeah, and my WhatsApp. On Facebook, and I will ask you to drop your number, or I drop mine. We communicate how I can for you, like that. I will ask some of my
Okay, for some reason I was struggling to hear what you say. You must pardon me. I would love for you to say that again. I know I've heard you say your Facebook, your WhatsApp. What are you telling us? Is it that you do your business at home and then do the adverts via social media? Is that what you were saying? Can you clarify that point?
I was trying to say, I didn't have a shop. I am working at home and doing the advert on my social media outlets. Yeah.
Okay, so you do your adverts. Okay, you don't have a shop, but you do adverts via social media handle from home. Is that correct? How challenging would you say what you're into is?
It's not easy.
It's never easy. Tell us.
To start up a business in the Gambia, it's not easy. But what I just say, if the passion is there, sometimes you don't even care about what obstacle comes your way. You will push no matter how hard it is. You will push and push to make sure yourself out there one day. That is what I am doing. For to be honest with you, it's not easy because when, like, first of them will want to back up because maybe they're not comfortable from home or go. So it's not easy. Machines are giving me problems. You know the machine for some maybe the machine help me do fine or for the fact that I don't really disturb. Well, you know, like,
Okay, let me cut you there a bit. Let me cut you there a bit. I think we're having some technical issues. I cannot hear you. All I heard from the conversation, you're gonna kill me. We will kill the internet because the internet is it's making me not to hear you. So what I heard is it wasn't easy. And I would say it's never easy until it's done. It's not easy, but you're doing it. Right? Now tell us, what are some of the things that are making you say it's not easy? What is it? How hard is it for you?
Okay, like what I like, if you're do or you were dedicated, sometimes you don't even care some obstacles that come your way, like some of these machines I need for my business because I am not having it. It's always difficult for me, especially if I have this big orders. Like it takes time before I prepare it because maybe if the machine was there, I will be able to do it first. But then I am struggling with it. This is why I say it's not easy. Yeah, because some of these machines are too expensive for me. I cannot buy it for now. So many obstacles that come your way. You meet different type of people. Of course, the internet, the Facebook, the WhatsApp, you meet different type of them. You copy, yeah? Because it's not easy. And one of my entrepreneur lecturer will tell me customers are always right. So we go easy with our customers. Even they are wrong, we tell them they are right.
Well, I guess telling your customer is right. We all would face that at some point. They're like, okay, we are told that never tell your customer is wrong, but that is what it takes because after all, they're paying the bill. So we try to be as cool as we could. Okay, so it's not easy from your own perspective, would have to do with the fact that you don't have the machines needed because you're using your own hands to do all these things that you're doing, right? Is that correct? And it's not easy again because you're doing it at home, meaning you don't have a spot, a particular place that is a business place. Is that correct? It's not easy again. What would that mean? Tell us. What, apart from not having the required machines, not having a business place, what else it's stopping you at, not stopping you, but what else is being an obstacle, a hindrance towards executing your business?
My juice, my I use this bottles, this water bottles, and put my stickers on it. So from that is sales, and of course that is what is appropriate. But for the fact that the finance is not there, I find it difficult because most of my customers complain, you need to go in for the sale one. Your drinks are nice, but you really need to go in for the sale one, which is more presentable at least there. That is also disturbing me. But
Okay, okay. Thank you so much for bringing that into light. I'm sure my audiences are watching. My audience are watching, and it will be great for it will be forthcoming to have help from Jatu's way, because she could have also stopped and joined the roles of certain young people who perhaps are not engaged in one way or the other, happens to be home and probably are challenged in different ways. She could have been part of those young people, but instead she chose to come up with her own business. She was bold enough to think of coming up with her own business, which she is currently executing. Of course, it's never easy, as she put it. A lot of challenges would always be there, but that is to show that she is in the process. So it will be important if anybody who is watching wants to help to render the needed help to support her. True that with many young people engaged in their own business, though, the Gambia becomes a better place. And that's what everybody wants, right? So, ma'am, it is stated that you've attended trainings, entrepreneurship trainings. How did those ones come about? How were you able to identify some of these trainings, or were you instead identified to attend some of these trainings? Take us through on that.
uh, startup incubator Gambia because I have an idea of tailoring. I'm going to training school, so that is where all this training started from. I was a student of insight, that is where I did my tailoring course. So upon completing the course, I was choosing to go and attend training. That is startup incubator program.
Okay. So you mentioned you did a tailoring course. So you did the tailoring course while you were still engaged with the business that you're doing. Is that correct? So does that mean then you paid for the tailoring course from your proceeds, from the money you get from your business? Is that correct?
I have from GIZ for me to at Inside.
So GIZ paid for you to go and do your training at Inside. How did they identify you?
Okay, while I was home doing this local business, one of my friends called Magic and Charm gave me this idea to go and study something alongside my business. So at first, when I went to pick this form at Inside to do something that had connection with my business, but unfortunately, they were not having this food and processing business. Okay. I was catering because my mom is into catering too. The fact that I love this fashion stuff, I wanted to go in for fashion and designing. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you. Go ahead. I can hear you perfectly well.
Okay, I wanted to go in fashion and designing, but they were not having that at the moment as well. Okay, I said to myself, okay, because this sister of mine encouraged me to come and pick this form, I don't want to let this go like that. Let me at least choose has to do with fashion. I realized the connection. That is when I was studying did my exams and left.
Okay. Okay.
So for completing, we have to be choosing to go and do this training that program. So when I did that training too, I was part of those people that were given start up their business as well again. That was a plus for I will get from them. Part of the which I employ someone that I work with at home. That one too is not yet.
Fantastic. I must say you're doing fantastically well, and you've got the mindset of a businesswoman, and we celebrate you. Where at this point, let's say now you've got the help you needed, and certainly you get the help. Amen to that. So where do you then see your business? How do you see you in your business?
I would say I am doing good. Yeah, and if I have the help, I would love to employ young people to work with me together, because it is nice to always do something for the country, not what the country does for you. So I would love to employ people to work for me if I have the opportunity. I am still building the business too. It's not strong like I needed it, but I'm still building. So inshallah, I am planning to work with so many people as time goes on. Yeah.
Fantastic. And I hope to join that one day also. You would see me. Thank you so much, Ma'am Jatou, for that beautiful insight. At this point, I'm guessing we would say hello, hi, bye to our beautiful, beautiful audience. It has been great to have you share your business pattern, but also share your childhood memories, which is fantastic because the childhood memories is beautiful to have it being part of this conversation, just so to keep it lively, which we always try to do to encourage, but also to those young people who perhaps have not made it thus far when it comes to their educational career. Remember, business is it's where the money is. So it's not the salaries you're receiving. So it's important when you're challenged in any way, be it your school, be it other domains as well, you are able to think outside the box or even throw away the box and then see how best you're able to execute your ideas, and don't sit to say, I've not got the support, I'm not gonna go. Until you start it, there you go. You started it without any finance, but your mother was there to support you. I'm sure there's always someone who will be there to help support you. So come up with the idea. You have your business plans, come up with it. Start it and things will start to progress. Inshallah, the future is bright and I'm sure more help will be coming your way. Continue doing what you're doing and your business will definitely grow. Thank you so much for joining us on this platform. We're really, really happy that you came. Thanks to our beautiful audience for always sticking around. Thanks to Mohammed, who at this point, I don't know, is coughing, not coughing, but has flu. So I'm afraid I should distance myself from him a bit. Thank you very, very much. Until we come your way again next time. It's a cheers from the entire generation next year.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much as well. And to come here and share some of my idea or some of my motivate others to also get into a business. Like what I would say before is like you need to be independent, man. You need to work for yourself. Business, you said, like that is where the money is. You can only work for yourself to make sure that you are there. So you need to focus, be dedicated. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.